What's up, everybody? We got a new podcast. It's a little different. We're just going with the flow. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this episode out there because we lit and we stay lit and we gonna die lit. So I got my homie right here, a little day one homie from back in the day, David Ortiz. Go ahead and introduce yourself, homie.
Hey, Miguel. I guess thanks for inviting me to begin with. It's kind of like last minute, but it's kind of dope. I feel like I like that about you when it's like spontaneous stuff.
Right now, we're out here. Right now, there's a whole DJ kind of fest going on. We're at the conservatory. We're just hanging out, just chilling, vibing. You know what it is. I told David to come through. He ended up coming through. You know, a lot of homies don't do that, but David's a real one. So he's out here, and then we're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do a podcast real quick. David, looking around here, how you feeling about the whole conservatory? How you feeling about everything going on out there, like the whole DJ and people just dancing to them? How you feel about that?
I mean, it's pretty cool. I honestly feel like it has a lot of potential, but I feel like it's really underrated because like we're here right now and like the music is really cool, the art is dope. I feel like there's a lot of like opportunities for like a lot of artists.
We were touching on a subject earlier about like how Sioux City doesn't really have that kind of like culturalized effect, you know, like they don't really they haven't really got with the times. They haven't really like trying to change and learn about other people's culture, other people's ethnicities, and like what they're into besides just the whole white culture that's going on.
I agree and disagree a little bit because I feel like when it comes down to culture, it doesn't really have to be about like countries or anything like that, but more like being exposed. Like I feel like people here haven't or are not exposed from an early age to arts.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think anyone here, like at least when I went to school, to high school here, I don't think anyone went to like a theater or like went to see like someone perform like.
And if they did, it was some like Beethoven shit, and it was some like, I don't know, it was very white. Like if you really think about it, it's very white. Like all of our plays, all of our musicals and all that stuff, it wasn't very diverse at all. And if it was, it's kind of like, oh, you probably shouldn't be playing a native in the music role, you know, if you're a white guy. But
yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm also like surprised because like there's like I don't know if you knew this, but there's also like an acting school here in Sioux City.
Really?
And I've gone there and it's super cool and like
really?
They teach you how to act and how to sing. They even teach you how to sing and all that stuff. And I feel like nobody really knows about that. So it's like
there's a lot of underground like art shit going on that we just don't take advantage of. And like even here at the conservatory, they're teaching little 5-year-olds how to play the guitar, and like, you know, I'm like, damn, like,
yeah,
like what the fuck? Why can't I play the guitar? Like, ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
And you got little kids out here fucking running around with guitars, playing them shit, the drums. The little kid be playing the drums, David. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
How's that even a thing? Like, what the fuck? We're over here. What the hell did we have when we were little kids? I don't remember what the fuck I was doing when I was their age. You know what I mean? So like, for them to be like, oh yeah, when I was a little kid, I grew up playing the instruments, you know, or playing this instrument or singing. And I saw my assistant DJ Sassy, shout out DJ Sassy. Her little girl, she sings now. She has a cover and everything,
really?
and like she's really good. I actually want to get your like first reaction to it.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, I'd be down. I mean, YouTube culture or like the internet, like you want to become famous, so you want to try to find like a talent or something you can do to get you out there, you know?
Well, they say that there's no way that you're going to escape the 9 to 5 without a talent, without a skill. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have a skill, there's no way you're going to be your own boss. Because what are you going to do? Like, you know? Unless you're renting out, like, taxis and shit. But then you still got to be good at, you know, making people rent them.
Yeah. But I feel like there's also a lot of talented people out there that, like, they're talented, but they don't have the discipline.
And they don't know how to make their talent work for money. You know what I mean? They don't know how to make that their living.
Yeah, or there's a lot of people that like they know how to sing really well, but like they sound like just like 20 other people. So like their voice has to be like.
And it's really weird because I remember J. Cole said something about like he doesn't involve himself with the social media at all because he knows that there's a lot of good things that come with it, but there's a lot of unquestionable decisions that he has made just based straight off of like social media. So like he has like. He said that like his thoughts weren't his thoughts because he was thinking someone else's thoughts, and or else he would like be invested into someone's life, and when it should be like, oh, let me just let him live, and why the hell should I be worried about his life when I need to really realize where I'm at, you know? And it's hard to know where you're at when you're looking at so many other lives on your phone, you know? Like if you're looking at a millionaire, you're kind of like, oh, I should be a millionaire right now. But then you're looking at somebody that doesn't got their shit together, you're like, oh, but at least I'm better than them. Like nah, like it should just be like I'm doing me, I'm doing what I'm doing right now, and I need to know what I'm about to do next. You know, going on of doing what great things you want to do in life. So Sassy, her little girl, actually sings, right? And she just started singing about like 2 months ago. They just realized that she can sing, and they just started blowing her up a little bit. Let's hear it. I'll just show you a little bit.
Production and everything.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Isn't that wild?
Well, that's a girl?
She's 12. The girl's 12.
No way.
She's 12.
That
She
sounds
just
like
turned 12.
That sounds like a grown ass woman.
You know what I mean?
Bro.
That's why I'm like, damn, I'm over here looking at these all superstars like growing up as little kids, and I'm like, damn, why wasn't I on some shit like this, you know? But it's just the point of like growing up, like, you know, not having exposure to like arts and crafts like this. But it is what it is. But yeah, David, so what do you think about everything going on? Let's sum it all up and like, how you feeling? Because it is a whole new culture shock, like you just coming here, you know, seeing all this art, like.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I feel like people should like take more like time to actually go out and like see what's out there, like
Definitely.
and try to get involved with like anything. Like there's so many art museums are like they just don't open because people don't go to them. So it's like, especially during the pandemic.
It's really hard to keep a creative place open when the people around you aren't evolved to that point yet, you know, where they're not expecting that. But it is what it is, and I think that we are trying to push more creativity. We are trying to push more positivity out there. So like, I think that the community is kind of, you know, wrap itself together and like get really with the times and everything. And you see it move like happening downtown, like everything's changing and everything. So here's to 2021, the rest of 2021, and shout out 2022, because we coming for you.
We're barely like in July.
We in July. I'm ready for 2022 already. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm ready for the whole new year. Let's fucking go. Past winter, I'm not fucking with winter at all, but it is what
I
it
don't
is.
know. I feel like I stopped trying to get ahead and then just like, because I feel
Living
like
now.
a lot of people live in the past, right?
Tell me about the past, David. Tell me about the past.
Well, the past, you shouldn't think about the past.
Right.
And you should keep an aim towards the future, but don't worry about it too much, and then just live the present like you're gonna die like in the next 10 seconds, not even tomorrow, because I feel like, bro,
You said die in the next 10 seconds?
literally, bro, like you gotta like, I mean, I'm exaggerating, of course, but
Okay,
like,
but like, okay, so you live in 10 seconds at a time, is what you're saying? Like, live it like that? Like,
yeah, like what if someone told you had cancer and you had only like 3 days to live? Like I would get out and try to do as much as I can in 3 days, you know. But I feel like we know we're gonna die
yeah.
eventually, right?
Right.
And we still don't do anything. Like we live every day like we're never gonna die, and then we die.
I think it's the whole thing of like, it'll never happen to me. You know, when people be watching their news segments and they're like, oh, that sucks, but it'll never happen to me. You know, like you just don't.
Yeah.
I think that we all see ourselves as invincible. We all see ourselves as that just can't happen to me. It's just so unreal.
But I'm not dying,
Like
bro.
such a fantasy that we're just like in our heads we're like, we're not gonna die. You know.
Or you don't want to think about it, so you just
So it doesn't. It's not real. You know.
you push
At
it
a certain point.
aside because you don't want to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people take it different ways. A lot of people cope with it different ways, and just some people accept it before others, and some people just never do. You know, like it's just what it is. But like at that point, it's just like you have to realize that you have to do whatever you can to be okay with that fact that we're all gonna die, because you need to live your life not worried about that. You know, and like a lot of people, or I have heard this a lot, where depression is from the past. Anxiety is the future. So you must stay in the present and clear, young grasshopper.
Kind of sharp turn we had right there, but I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of depressing because David's over here dying in 10 seconds type of shit.
yeah, I mean, it's just like a metaphor, I guess. Like,
Yeah, no, definitely. Like you were saying to me, like how you were talking about your first language kind of thing. Like that whole part, and like you coming over here and like telling me how you're saying expressions, like just off of that, just off that one little expression right there, the fact that like David's out here throwing expressions around, like he didn't know a language at all, like he didn't know English at all when he got to the state. So like the fact that you're out here using English completely better than most of us, better than a lot of people here, and like if we got down to like reading and writing, like you are proficient at that as well, you know, like you're not slacking, no dyslexia, like type of shit. It's like David's on the shit, definitely. So shout out to David for real.
I mean, thank you, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a while. I feel like my English should be better than what it is right now, but it's not. But I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't think of it like that. I would just be like, the fact that I know 2 languages and one of the most important languages in the whole entire world, like that's a big thing, you know?
I mean, there's so many people. Like I guess that's a big thing. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm trying to show off or anything, but I feel like there's so many people that speak 2 languages, especially here in America. What I'm like jealous about is the people that speak like 4 or 5 different languages, bro.
Yeah,
like there's people that
crazy.
like they teach them since they're like little kids.
They gotta be using like different sides of their brains for that shit, because how the fuck do you fit 4 languages in your brain, you know?
Yeah, that shit would probably fucking blow your mind.
I think the only language that I do really want to learn besides just like mastering English and Spanish is sign language. I really want to do sign language, because what if there's a situation where we just can't talk, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
let me
like
give you a
in the
couple.
movie.
Hostage situation, boom, can't talk. Your girl's texting you and you're like, oh fuck, and she ends up calling you. Now you're on the phone with her, and then you look at your homie and you're like, hey, back me up, but you can't say back me up. So what you do is you do your little crip signs and you know what I mean? So like,
I feel like your homie should know, bro, when he looks at you and he's just like,
nah, dude. If you in Sioux City, they ain't no homie knowing shit. And the only thing the homie knows is how to be a hoe sometimes. You know?
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
fuck the homies. Fuck both. You know what? Matter of fact, 2 fucks in the air. We just don't give a fuck. And with that, we fucking out of here. David, let's fucking wrap this shit up. Let's go listen to some music and enjoy the fucking night.
alright.